In this channel or all over the internet, the most debated question or most requested review is of the reliability and service and maintenance costs of Range Rover and Defender. As of this March, these both cars have gone for their first service as they have turned 1 year or done 10,000 kilometers each. So let's compare the service costs and discuss about the reliability of these both cars. So let's go. This Defender has a 2-liter petrol engine. Defender made some good noise there. Let's check out Range Rover. Though this Range Rover has got a bigger engine, it doesn't make much great noise. So now let's talk about the service costs. Let's start with the Defender. So this is the invoice. As you can see, it has got vehicle health checkup and AC disinfection done. It's pretty basic stuff. And filters change, oil change, and air cleaners change. So this is pretty much basic. And the total stands at 60,000. So this is the service cost of Defender. Pretty basic stuff is being done. Nothing, no major parts were replaced. So let's check out what's with Range Rover. So here, unlike Defender, we need to replace a steering column intermediate shaft. There was quite a bit of noise from the steering, so they had to replace it. The part was not readily available, but they somehow got it and got it done. And like Defender, we got some oil change as well. So pretty basic stuff. So the total service cost stands at 74,764. The part basically is replaced free of cost. So it doesn't add up to the total. So it's only 74,000 end of the day. I think these service costs are pretty reasonable for the cost of these cars, which is 2.5 crores and 1.8 crores respectively. And reliability wise, touchwood, no problem in this 1 year apart from that sound in the column steering of the Range Rover, but nothing from the Defender. These two cars are pretty solid, I should say. Now let's examine the interiors and see the wear and tear inside. Let's go. Firstly, on the exterior, this Defender has got some plastic on the top. Other parts are pretty solid built, has excellent road presence. While it comes to Defender, you can't find any plastic here. Even this grille is metal, as you can listen to the sound now. This is very sporty and has excellent build quality. Has a good design tires here. This Range Rover has a very aerodynamic stance. Unlike Defender is very boxy. Here Range Rover has got this complementing color accents. Gives a very nice stance. Coming to the Defender, I think if the alloys were blacked out, it would be much better. In this color, it doesn't give that character to the car. Like I said, let's dive into the interior and check for any wear and tear. So let me compare this interior side by side. So when it comes to Range Rover, it's a very top-notch cabin there. Has very pretty aesthetic colors inside, and the build quality is top-notch. Here, as you can see, everything is in perfect condition. Lots and lots of leather inside. And while coming to the Defender, you can see there is not much of leather, but all the other materials that are used are very aesthetic to look at. This door, as you can see, it has got a lot of hard plastics, but this car is built to last. Nothing is going to go wrong in this car for years to come. Even the steering, as you can see, the materials that are used on the steering, there's not leather, but it's some kind of plastic, very tough. It's got a Meridian sound system. So both cars, there's no wear and tear inside the cabin so far. Let's compare the back seats and back doors. You can see here, one car is completely luxurious, has a luxurious feel. The other one is just built to last. It's not to impress, but it's to last. Here in Range Rover, you've got cloth used, leather used, and you also have got top notch leather used for these seats. They are very comfortable. This is cloth and this is leather, and it's got very nice build quality here. They have also used metal, aluminium. It's very nice. It's got a nice soft close door. Everything is working properly and everything in its place. Now coming to the Defender door. Here, as I told you, you've got exposed rivets and hard plastics, but this seat is very fluffy in the Defender. It's very comfortable, very fluffy. It's very nicely padded, and here you can see the hard plastics and few bit of leather used. It's got steady armrest here, sorry, grab handle there. Very steady car. It has got a nice thud to the door. Deployable side step. This Defender has got a unique ventilation. There's a glass on the top wherein you get nice view from the inside. It has a very boxy stance. It has not got any aerodynamic assistance, unlike here in the Range Rover. It's very aerodynamic. It has got a very swooping roof and an air spoiler there. But somehow I tend to like the road presence of this Defender over this Range Rover. But it's completely perspective. You guys let me know what you like better, either the road presence of this Range Rover or this Defender. I think this Defender looks killer. I wish the alloys were painted black, and even at the front the mudguard was painted black. It would look even more deadlier. But still, this has got better road presence than this Range Rover is what I think. This Range Rover is very sporty, but I think Defender has a better road presence. Anyway, this is the review of these two cars, which lasted very well in this year. Thank you for watching.